Hi guys, so I had another great game of Heroquest last night, or yesterday. Played for about 8 hours with some friends, and yeah, absolutely loving this game. Obviously I've got all the bits, I've got all the quest packs, all the expansions, every single one of them. Although as much as I've got all these, I do prefer doing homebrew quests, just because obviously you can put your own twist and turn on things. And as much as I do love the sort of big bosses that are currently in Heroquest, for me, I really do want the old BBEG, the end game big boss. I really want them to be, well, absolutely mahoosive. And this is where obviously doing homebrew games is just awesome, because yeah, I can make my BBEG be just that. It can be as big or as silly as I want. So I went over and had a little look on my mini factory to try and find something that would, well, suit my needs and make the, put the fear of God into all the heroes. And yeah, this one by Dark Gods, this big gluttony. Yeah, he's pretty evil looking, pretty gross looking, and certainly can be big enough to scare the heroes something rotten. So yeah, I downloaded this file, took it into my slicing software, which is ChichuBox. Managed to obviously arrange everything on there, so this is quite a large model, but as you can see, yeah, it all fits on the build plate perfectly. And I'm using the Frozen Sonic Mighty 8K. Yeah, you started using this recently. You'll see the little setup where I've got it in just a second, but as you can see, yeah, everything fits on here. There's a few different loadouts you can have with different arm options and what he's holding, and different face option, which is really good. So I'll leave links down below to where you can get hold of this miniature. So I only got this Frozen Sonic Mighty 8K 3D printer a few weeks ago, but yeah, obviously as always, easy to set up these things, and yeah, it just works perfectly. But as you can see, yeah, I don't have a lot of room for stuff, so what I did with mine is, well, I cut the case in half, and this is because if you ever use a 3D printer, these kind of cases you have to lift off the top, but as you can see, I've got this on a little shelf and there's no room above it. But yeah, cutting the thing in half, sticking some handles on it, just to make it easier to get it on and off and to keep the thing clean. And yeah, it works perfectly. So does the 8K resin that comes with this, which is quite good because obviously it's an 8K printer, so it makes sense to have 8K resin. Yeah, it's simple to use. Just stick the old USB in, push a couple of buttons, wait a few hours, and bosh, out comes a lovely, ugly, gross looking BBEG. So this has been in the wash station to clean off any excess resin on the things, but it still hasn't been cured yet, so yeah, still wear gloves because this stuff, well, it's not good for you. But as you can see, everything comes out perfectly, so it's in some warm water there, as this just softens up the supports and means, well, they just peel off like butter. But yeah, look at the definition in this chap. Absolutely love him, and I say, he is gross looking, he is big, which I really want. So yeah, when I get this out and put this on the old the table, yeah, this is definitely going to scare my heroes something absolute rotten. And obviously the great thing about being tons of definition in this, doing the old slapchop technique, yeah, this is going to look absolutely wonderful. Or should I say absolutely gross? Yeah, probably both. But as you can see, it is in parts, so it does require a bit of glue. I'll just use good old, well, any glue I can get hold of really. Yeah, I'm often asked, is there a particular glue? And to be honest, the cheapest. Some glues do obviously glue quicker than others, even though they're all called super glue. Yeah, sometimes they can take 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20 seconds to actually sort of like harden. I do need to get the old activator because I've never really tried that with super glue. But yeah, guys, let me know down below, have you used activator with super glue? Does it actually work? Because it is something I want to get, because say sometimes these 5-10 seconds feel like an eternity. But there we go, he's all glued together, stuck on my nice big sort of handle there, a couple of rods in his bum, just to make it easier to paint him all over, so I can get underneath and, well, get to all those nooks and crannies. And then starting off with a good old big brush, I've got a variety of size brushes I use, and again, for the dry brushing you don't need expensive stuff. I'm fortunate now that I get sent a variety of brushes every now and then, just to sort of try out and use on my channel. But initially I was using makeup brushes, obviously not mine, but yeah, cheap makeup brushes do just the same effect, to be honest. But yeah, there we go, so he's nicely done, and say you can see all that lovely definition in him. So yeah, this speed painting is going to work a treat here. And as you can see, yeah, I'm still using the green stuff. Green stuff? Yeah, you know what I mean. The green stuff dipping inks, just because, well, I am in love with how these work. Yeah, so anyone who is fazed by people using small brushes, possibly look away, because, yeah, although most of the brushes I have are small, I don't really have big brushes. So obviously painting these little boils all over him. Yeah, I'm using a small brush, but you will see me in a moment paint his body, yeah, again, with the small brush. I can't help it, guys. My eyesight's going. That's my excuse, and that's why I prefer using a smaller brush, just because then I can't get too much paint on him, and I can't make too many, well, possibly errors. But yeah, so yeah, again, I was actually loving painting this chap. Again, whenever it comes to painting miniatures, obviously this used to scare me in the past though. The more sort of definition, the more going on in the past used to scare me something rotten. But yeah, slapchop technique, yeah, the more definition the better, because then this paint just pools in all those lovely recesses, nooks and crannies, and then yeah, you get a lovely definition between the light and the dark, which is just great. So using another colour for obviously the skin where, well, it's stretched and split, and what I'm trying to do here is obviously I put a bit of paint on close to the edge, and then as the brush sort of dries, I then try and feather it out, just so when I come to put his main skin over the top, it'll kind of, yeah, feather in together, which to be honest, it didn't do too bad a job, which is really good. I know the old Army Painter paints, or the original 1.0, did used to have the problems with reactivation. Don't seem to find that on the dipping inks, as in, yeah, I put the first lot of paint on, let it dry, and then probably about 20 minutes later, by the time I got round to doing the next sort of paint, painting it over the top of the dipping inks, yeah, it didn't seem to reactivate it or do anything to it. It just went over the top, yeah, really nicely. So guys, yeah, if you've never tried the dipping inks, yeah, I'd highly recommend it. I'm not affiliated with them, I'm not sponsored by them in any way. I just like their products. So one thing you need to get used to, it is a lot wetter and runnier and thinner than the any kind of like contrast paints or speed paints I've used. And so that's why when I first used this, it kind of put me off. But now, the more and more I have used it, I prefer it being sort of thinner, wetter, waterier, whatever the technical term is, just because it really does pool even more. So you get a very sort of thin amount that goes on the smooth edges, because obviously most of it, being wetter, is just going to run into those nooks and crannies. And yeah, you can get a nice darker sort of contrast of the colour, which is just great. So yeah, here I am obviously going over the bit that's already done with the red or pinkish sort of colour. Yeah, no reactivation at all, and yeah, it kind of feathers over the top there, and I love him. Well, I do and I don't. I do prefer sort of nicer looking creatures, as much as I love Nurgles and that sort of stuff, because they are great to paint. Yeah, it's not the kind of thing I really like sitting on my desk, but the good thing is my daughter seems to like this chap. So yeah, while this one isn't in use, I think he's going to be sitting on her shelf, and then when I need him, yeah, I'll bring him out, and then I can use him to scare my heroes. And don't forget, guys, if you are new here and you like what I do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, as I do produce, well, quite a few videos every week. As well, it's the usual, I get hooked on certain games, I just go nuts. So yeah, my top games obviously at the moment are Kill Team, and I've got, well, gazillions of kill teams and boards. I've made tons of boards up. Obviously Heroquest, yeah, I am going nuts for this, but also I have just recently got hold of Zombicide as well. Yeah, I'll be playing that game very soon, and I'm sure I will be going nuts on that, because I absolutely love zombies. Any movie that's got zombie in the title I will watch, even though I know 95% of zombie movies are B movies and very poorly made. Yeah, I can't help it, I just love zombies. So to be able to play a game where you're escaping from zombies, yeah, that's up my street as well. So expect to see a lot of zombie stuff coming up soon, just because, well, I love it. Guys, though, don't forget, if there's any kind of games you've seen or that you play, or miniatures you'd like to see me have a go at painting, yeah, let me know in the comments, as well, I am trying to venture out now and sort of play more and more different kind of board games, just to sort of vary things up, really. And because a lot of the board games these days come with some awesome looking miniatures. You will obviously see me 3D print a ton of miniatures as well, just because, well, there's so many out there. And as you can see by this guy, yeah, amazingly sculpted by Dark Gods. So yeah, don't forget, check out the links down below to them and to the Phrozen printers, because say yeah, the printer I've been using, absolutely perfect. I've had no sort of failures with it whatsoever. Say the 8K resin, yeah, it does seem to make a difference. I've never really used 8K resin before. I've only ever used a whole variety of sort of normal resins. But yeah, I do think the 8K one does seem to have a bit of a sharper sort of edge to the miniatures and how they come out. So yeah, go check out Phrozen, guys. So he's pretty much done. Obviously the silver there was just a normal silver, so I'm just going to go over a good old bit of a wash just to darken that down and to make it look a bit old, weary, and yeah, as dirty as the rest of the guy. But yeah, I love how he's come out. Obviously he does have one big eyeball there, which I do paint. I didn't video me painting it because it's very difficult to video me painting an eye when I have to have it pretty close to my face. Even though he's got a big eye, yeah, I'm still not happy with how the eye came out. I can't do eyes, but I thought I'd have a go. So I've got this Fimo stuff. It's like a glaze, because obviously I wanted to make the belly look like it's sort of wet and shiny. Unfortunately, this Fimo stuff, I've got a lot of stuff sitting on my desk or in drawers I've had for absolute years. This is one of those products. It doesn't really dry as shiny as I'd hoped. I'd have been better off just putting PVA glue over it. So again, yeah, guys, don't forget, check out Phrozen Sonic. Say I'm using the Mighty 8K. Absolutely glorious. Obviously, I love the fact that the lid on it is orange, because, well, orange is my favourite colour. Not that should make you pick a 3D printer. But yeah, go check out the links down below and see more about that printer, because it's just, yeah, it's been awesome. So here we go. Yeah, he is massive. But yeah, I love him. So this guy will be in a big room, obviously on his own. Although the funny thing will be, the adventurers will go through a normal sized door. So how this guy gets in and out, who knows? Maybe it's like Jabba the Hutt. Once he's in there, that's it. He's just going to live there. But yeah, this is definitely an end game boss, because he is just big and gross and ugly. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and don't forget to leave comments down below. Let me know, say, what other kind of miniatures or terrain or whatever it is you'd like to see me have a go at building, making and painting. There's another video on the screen, guys. Give that a click, see more what I do. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave comments, all that good stuff. You guys all take care, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.